this tonight is so talented in so many different areas. They're working on new awards just for him. There's a guy welding in a warehouse somewhere right now. Starting April 14th, he returns to the TV sitcom And Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me on Netflix. Please welcome Oscar, Grammy, and Golden Globe winner Jamie Foxx.
Same energy.
How are you?
Well, same energy.
Sorry.
Same energy. I don't care. I don't care.
You don't?
Same energy.
It's not as it usually is,
It's
you know?
exactly how it is in my mind. I've been inside too long. Same energy.
Have you missed it, Jamie?
Whoa.
Did you hurt yourself? You okay?
You know how it is when you start elevating that age, the little stuff.
Yeah.
I heard something go...
Little tweaks.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you been missing I would imagine that maybe more than anybody I know, you would miss being in front of a group of people.
I am. I'm a little winded, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Take a drink.
Don't you hate that when you get older? You just turn out. I was in the shower the other day, just went, oh, okay, can't do that no more.
There's also a thing that I found that, like, I start walking weird and then I get comfortable with it and like, oh, yeah, this is how old men walk, and I should stop doing this.
And you don't realize that well, with me, I don't know if it's our culture, but your ass sticks out a little more. Because my pops, I used to watch my pops when he would come home and it was this. And I was like, Pops, what is that? You keep on living. Keep on living. And so now, I find myself when I don't realize it, but I shoot an IG of me walking and my ass is slowly, so I just got to get my posture right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know where I notice it is in like a video we'll shoot at home of the kids. My wife will shoot it, I'll see myself on the side, and I'll go, oh no, what's going on over there?
Tough. You know what the other thing is? Working out.
Oh. Nah, I wouldn't know about that, but yeah, go ahead.
No, Jay.
What's that like?
Jay, no. He said, well, you look great, man.
It's Spanx, yeah.
Listen, you want to talk about Manx? Listen.
You got something going on there?
Ain't nothing like a good old mank. That's a male spank.
A male spank, yeah. But
what I notice is that now that I work out, I can't lift all the big weight because you can't hold your swole.
What does that mean?
You could pump up, but it doesn't stay like when you were younger.
Really?
So I'm hitting it, and then I'm walking out the gym to my car, and I hear
There's a leak.
I'm like, what is that? And then I look, at the car, the reflection. I said, damn, what happened? Can't hold the swole.
You look good. No question. You look very good.
Bands.
Yeah.
Same energy. Same energy. Same energy. Same energy. Let the water heal you.
That's not good COVID behavior, Jamie. Yes.
My bad, but I'm good. I know I'm good.
How many people are... I think last time I talked to you, you had like 20 people living in the house. Is it still hovering around that?
We have not devoured each other yet.
You have not? Good, that's good. Is anybody getting kicked out when this is over?
You can't kick my parents out.
No, sure, no.
But like the kids have literally taken over the house. It's like Lord of the Flies over there. It's like they've taken over everything, and then just I won't say who did it, but just the other day, a window was broken. Mm-hmm. Now, back when we was growing up in the hood, a window was like, nothing. Put some tape on. But the windows I have now is like, that's a car payment. So we're just what we're doing now is sifting the kids back and forth from different houses because it's my daughter her nieces, I mean, not her nieces, jeez. Her cousins, and then my homies' friends that they've sort of dropped off during quarantine.
Like a Chuck E. Cheese at your house.
You mind if they hang for a weekend? And it's been like 18 weeks because they don't want to spend that money. But we have to break them up every once in a while, the kids, because badness just happens. And I told them, I said, don't be mad. When you're a kid, things just mess up for no reason.
Did you find out who did it?
I know who did it.
You know who did it?
Because I taught all the kids not to snitch. Which is the worst thing. Because now everything is upside down and nobody's snitching, and it's crazy. Dogs is missing, all kinds.
Does the kid who did it know you know?
Yeah, he knows.
He or she knows.
But
okay.
You know what's funny though? It's crazy. They don't realize there's cameras everywhere.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's like, did you do it? No, man, I ain't do it. And you just see the camera. You see him walking. It's like on any elevator. I won't say the joke.
Are you dying to have a big party? Because I know you love parties, and I'm assuming you're not having big parties. Are you dying to have a big one?
You know what? The parties is my life, but it's like we're a little ways. Now, I did safely go to Miami.
You safely went to Miami?
Yeah, I was safe though.
Dude, and what did you do?
You know what's crazy? Look, this is crazy. For whatever reason, Georgia and Atlanta and Florida just never closed.
Right, they didn't.
It's crazy. Like, and they just pump you out of your mask. Like, I was in Atlanta with my mask, and man, look at Jamie, bitch ass with that mask on. I was in a club, all the brothers like, man, Jamie, come on, man, dog, you ain't gonna catch it. I was like, all right.
Really in a club? Or...
Man, I wasn't in a club. It was a restaurant for COVID education.
You realize you're under oath. Oh, it's a COVID.
It was for COVID education.
I see.
To get more aware of what we should not do. We were showing examples of what we should not do. We should not be popping the champagne.
Right.
We should not be dancing this close to these girls. You know, and one of my homies, you know, he texted me from a gentleman's club. I mean, well, he FaceTimed me from a gentleman's club. And I frowned upon that. He was,
I bet.
They didn't close. The girls in there still dancing.
Are they really?
That was in there.
That's still going on.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's too much, right?
You know what I want to ask you about?
Who's next? No, I'm just kidding. That's too much. It's too much.
Dominique Fishback was here a couple of weeks ago, and she told me a story about you and how she auditioned for a movie with you, and she showed up. She somehow lost her wallet, and you gave her $100 to get home. I did.
You did? I did. I gave her a little cash.
How much cash do you carry around with you? He's not giving you any money. How much cash do you carry around typically? What do you have on you right now?
Matter of fact, I'm giving everybody something.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
Come on. Same energy.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's take a break. Jamie Foxx has just given out $1,000 to our staff. We'll be right back with Jamie Foxx.
Have a yacht!
Hey, what are you doing here?
Sunday. The family goes to church on Sundays, right?
I'm glad you came. I'm happy you came, too. I'd be even happier if you told me you got a pastry in that knapsack.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Won't he do it?
Yes, he will. And I want to let you know something, brother. I am free from my diabetes. Save me half of that.
That's David Alan Grier, Tyler Drew, and two Jamie Foxxes in Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, a sitcom that is going to be premiering on Netflix on April 14th. I got to tell you something. I've known Dag for a long time, David Alan Grier, and you guys started out together in Living Color. Did you ever imagine that he'd be playing your father? I
mean, you know what's crazy, and here's what's crazy. First of all, let me tell you how funny it is. So when you're burning up the clubs and you're young, and I couldn't wait to get on in Living Color, and I'm the funniest dude I've ever met. I get to In Living Color, I'm the 8th funniest person.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, the Wayans, David Alan Grier. And David was special in the fact that he went to Yale, he's from Detroit, he had this sort of sophisticated comedy that he could still tap into the hood, the culture. So, look, That was 25, 30 years ago, which is crazy because I.
Yeah. Look at this face.
You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, let me taste myself. Hold on. But now when we got to this show, and I had been telling Dave, I said, man, we got to work, and this was perfect. Because my dad character wasn't in the first draft, but then we added, and I said, the only one that could do it is David Alan Grier. So I begged for him to be in it, and when he showed up, man, the show would have been good, but with him, he makes it great.
Well, how did you tell him you're going to be my dad?
I said, I asked him, I said, are you offended that I'm asking you to be my dad? But then we FaceTime and I saw that gray beard. I said, well, you already on your way of looking like my dad. But he wasn't, because we adjusted the ages so where I'm like 41, 42, whatever. So he's 64 in the actual.
But in real life, he's only 10 years older than you are, right? I mean.
Yeah. In real life, I think 10 or 11 years old or so.
Right.
But he wasn't offended, but when he showed up, because we only had 8 episodes to try to catch that chemistry. Because usually you get 20 episodes and you catch the chemistry around show 18. We didn't have that luxury. So having him on there, man, just made it crazy.
Because you guys already had it, yeah.
Yeah.
The Reverend Sweet Tea,
Reverend Sweet Tea.
Is he based on anybody?
Well, listen, here's the thing. He's based on 3 people. He's based on a gangbanger, a pimp, and a preacher. So he's a mix. He'll be in purgatory wherever he goes. It'll be, but I was always jealous of Martin Lawrence because he was always doing characters on his show.
Right, yeah.
So Bentley Kyle Evans, who took over, who came onto the show, who created the Martin show, created the Jamie Foxx show, he says, what's up with the characters? And even my daughter was like, Dad, you got to do the characters. So we started doing the characters and we caught something. So now it's like, now we hope that this show lands so we can have more episodes because we got characters stacked up. And David has characters.
David's doing characters as well.
Yeah, he's going to do, now this is crazy. He actually wants to play his own father.
Wow, that's...
He wants like, what? But you know,
he wants to play his real dad.
He wants to play a version of his dad who's like 100.
I like that.
Yeah.
You could keep going. Ancestors. It could really have been like one of those mirrors under a mirror.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And you also do a lot of imitations. Yeah. I saw you did. Who the hell did you do? You did Al Pacino, I think, in the first episode, right?
You fight.
Yeah.
With your fingernails. And you know that's the older Al. Because the younger Al was, Fredo, don't ever go against the family again, Fredo. And then he got older and he was,
You're right.
And cut out. But yeah, we get it to the...
You did Dave Chappelle in the show. I don't think...
Crazy. I was beside myself. I was incensed.
But that's the young Chappelle, too.
I was incensed. I was beside myself. Somebody walked up and said, Dave Chappelle, pow, Wu-Tang!
but the older Chappelle is crazy. I was from HBO. They took all my money, so don't watch HBO. Took all my money, so please, guys, took all of it. Man, you hear what I'm saying, man? You hear me? Took all my money. I mean, he was so... You know what I'm talking about, right?
I saw that video, yeah.
Dave was so convincingly broke that I wanted to start a GoFundMe page for this dude. It's crazy, man. They took all of the money. I was like, they did. But I was like, wait a minute. He just flew there on a G650. He just got paid $60 million or something. Crazy.
They took it all, man.
Does Dave like when you imitate him?
Are you hearing what I'm saying? Took all of my money, man. Couldn't pay rent.
That is good.
You know, I did Dave Chappelle, pause. I did an impersonation of Dave Chappelle in front of Dave Chappelle at Eddie's house.
Oh, yeah, that night, that party at Eddie Murphy's house. That's right.
We go to Eddie's house, which was crazy. So all of us, all the comedians rock.
I'm glad you thought it was crazy, because I was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but I can't believe I'm here.
It's crazy, though, right?
Yes, very exciting.
We're waiting on Eddie to just come out, you know, from the balcony and just suckle me, comedian. You know, I was waiting on, like, the scene from Gladiator, you know. What was the dude that I will give you comedy beyond your riches? I was just waiting on Eddie to do that, right? But Eddie, I remember that night because Eddie was talking about going out and doing stand-up. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at his house. I'm like, you can't do stand-up with the way this house is. Because the house was so perfect. You know, it's like you can't have a perfect house. Like my house stays sort of messed up because I want to stay funny. Like, you know, I never finished decorating all the way. There's a faucet in this one bathroom that sprays out. And I stand in the hallway to see people come out, because you just hear, and the people come out like, oh, Jamie, fix this, man. But at the end of the night, everybody was trying to win funniest of the night. You know, we started circling around 2:30, whatever.
I didn't even try. I was just standing in the corner. Yeah.
But at one point, we're standing there, Rock, Eddie, everybody, and Dave says, look at Jamie's shoes. I said, what about my shoes? He said, what? I said, what? And I was like, man, it's crazy. Look at Jamie's shoes. And I started saying, yes, Jamie's my shoes, Dave. It's crazy. And then he goes, man, this is wild, man. Jamie is doing impersonation of me. This is wild. And then Eddie is sitting there going like, so...
We didn't need to have any of the other guys there. You do them all.
That was funny. That was funny.
Well, you know what? I love seeing you doing this sitcom. Man. I remember how much fun we had doing the Jeffersons on live in front of a studio audience, and how great you were there. And to do this with your daughter too, who's Corinne, who's many. I mean, I know you love that sort of thing.
Man, let me explain something to you. I'm indebted to you, just the fact that you took care, looked out for my baby girl. She did the Jeffersons.
Yeah,
I mean,
good times.
Yeah. She was amazing.
She was great.
You don't understand like how, you know, this city can work, man. And the way that came about was so amazing. And it also gave us the bug. When we did that in front of a live studio audience, I said, we can now do what me and my daughter have been working on for years, on-the-job training. Dad, stop embarrassing me. And now she gets me back because she's now my boss. She's executive producer.
I think she's going to be here next week, and I'm sure she'll get you back then as well. Well, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming. Jamie Foxx, Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me is the name of the show. It premieres April 14th on Netflix. Thank you, Jamie. We'll be right back with Lauren Graham. Thanks for watching. And remember, every time you click the subscribe button, one of your enemies gets destroyed.